So the daily ritual, my walk, is it running? Yeah, looks good. Microphone on. Okay, good day. My name is Martin Schweiger, and I'm a patent attorney and powerlifter in Singapore. Today is the 28th of October, 2025. It's a Tuesday. It is now 1:15 p.m. Yeah. My daily 1-hour walk. And talking about health and fitness issues. And in the background you can see Singapore from a perspective that as a tourist you would probably not easily find, because you wouldn't be here. Today is a Tuesday, and Tuesday is my water fasting day. I told you before, right? Often that Tuesday and Wednesday are my fasting days, and I reset my metabolism from all the abuse that the food and drinks have caused during the week. And yeah, so not so sure how long I do this walk today, because I feel a bit dizzy, and that's a sign that I shouldn't overdo it. The 2 fasting days are not meant to do much training. So if I do my 5,000, 7,000 steps, that's okay. And I actually don't even need to walk 1 entire hour. Oh, no. Half an hour would do. Well, let's see. I run an errand, and so I plan my route to pass by the shop. Is this nice? Oh, in Germany it's so cold and rainy now, my friends tell me. And I'm here in, under the warm sun. On fasting days, like today, the water fasting, I only drink coffee and water. I put in some lemon, so it's not the perfect water fast, but it's okay. And also take my vitamin D, which comes in as a oily solution, because it's easier to dose than a tablet. And I take it with a tablespoonful of MCT oil. Is a short-chained oil that is won by distilling coconut oil, I believe. And it goes directly into the blood without passing through the liver. And so I diluted my vitamin D in the MCT oil, and I hope that the absorption is better. Yeah. Next time I measure, my blood values will be in January, probably, or around Christmas, because that is always time when I go to China and I'm somehow enrolled in the Chinese health system. I have a member card, so I go to a hospital and I pay the foreigner price for the blood values lab, and that's so much cheaper than in Singapore, and not to speak of Germany. So yes, I have a health insurance in Germany, but I want to keep the costs low, and that's why I do it in China, because it's good enough for me. So, yeah, something changed. I was now for 2 months without continuous blood glucose meter. And I just tried it out. Right, so the first half of the year 2025, I have been wearing CGMs, is the abbreviation, is an acronym, continuous glucose meter. And then I went to Germany and Dubai in September, came back in October, and for the whole of October I didn't wear a blood glucose meter because I have this fallen off CGM sitting on my desk, and when the CGM falls off before the full date range or operation range is reached, then the Abbott company would replace it with a new one. And I've now calculated, in average, a CGM is good for 10 days, the Abbott. And so after 10 days I get one free that is good for another 10 days, so 20 days for the price of one. And the normal time it works, is supposed to work, is 15 days. So I get something like a 30% discount that justifies the higher price of the Abbott. And yeah, today I put the replacement that just arrived today. I show you here. And what I can tell you is that when I wear the CGM, I'm much more conscious about what I eat, because I have a protocol that I do in the morning when I'm in a weight loss campaign or whatever campaign. And one of the measurement values that I note down is how many blood sugar spikes I had the day before. And when I say blood sugar spikes, I mean something that goes above 6.9, or depends on the offset. That's also why I measure every day in the morning my blood glucose with a finger prick meter. Hey! And that would tell me where my absolute value is, because the CGMs, they never have accurate absolute values. Not even the expensive ones like the Abbott. They have an offset. So I just count how many spikes do I have, and then often I sit down and want to find out why did I have a spike, and then I would realize that I have eaten something that would cause my blood sugar to spike. I recommend the CGM to everyone who monitors their health. At least when you run campaigns like I do. You know my goal, I want to get down to the 93 kg class, weight class. And originally I wanted to achieve it by November, so I could compete in a new class in December in Istanbul. But I've given up the dream of taking part in the Asian Championship. Too much traveling. But still, now my next goal would be to achieve the same by February, so that I can compete the nationals in the lower weight class. And yeah, actually I've lowered my goals a lot. So it's not so much about achieving records or titles, because I have everything that I can possibly achieve. I'm Asian champion, I'm national champion, I hold 8 national records. What is missing would be a world record. No, I was world rank list number 4, and when I was about to shift one position up, I had my accident where I ruptured my quadriceps tendon, my left leg. And I'm recovering from there, and as well I discovered that there's a problem with my metabolism. Yeah, I found out that it seems at age 50 my metabolism changed without me noticing it. Because at suddenly, age 50, I didn't need glasses anymore, or contact lenses. I've been wearing contact lenses for 35 years, from age 15 onward until age 50. Yeah. And suddenly I didn't need the contact lenses anymore, because I could see straight without. And that was good until I started to treat my metabolic syndrome 22 months ago. Suddenly, when my blood sugar, I realized that my blood sugar was far too high. And when I brought that down, suddenly my bad eyesight came back. So I discussed with a doctor, and they said, yes, if you have diabetes, then this can have an impact on your eyesight. I will investigate further with that. I can see I'm now back to my eyesight what I had with age 50. And currently I'm wearing contact lenses because I don't like the glasses and makes me sweat outside. And working on a computer was okay, but walking or running or doing sports, not a good idea. Lifting weights is okay, because then I don't wear the glasses and I just don't have a good eyesight. Good enough. So there's a link, and I will tell you more the more I find out. I have this new AI, open evidence, and I will investigate in that database about the linkage between metabolic syndrome and eyesight. And I will update you, of course. So now, let me see. So nice in the shade. It's so hot. Yeah, so now back to the CGM, continuous glucose meter. It also helps me to detect whether I have a dawn effect. Dawn effect means that the body, by waking up, activates everything so that the body is ready for the things to come. And that would also involve bringing the blood glucose up. And Yeah, I don't eat carbs, or not many carbohydrates, but the body can generate glucose from other ingredients like proteins or fat, and that's called gluconeogenesis. And so this glucose is stored as glycogen, I suppose, and then the liver would release it in the morning when the body wakes up and the hormones are giving signals to all parts of the body that there's now the morning coming, and yeah, in short words. So now, as I have my blood glucose meter, my continuous glucose meter back, I will also resume my daily body measurements in the morning. And yeah, I have now for 1 month a CGM supply. And in 1 month, I want to source other CGMs. Because, you know, there are other brands out there. And they're also not bad. Actually, even better than the Abbott, because they come with a Bluetooth connection between the app and the sensor. The Abbott sensor, the Libre Freestyle, is using inductive coupling with the NFC reading device on the phone. So it can only store data for 8 hours. So you need to at least 3 times per day update the app with the sensor data, which is not bad, I would say, as per se, because it also reminds you to the presence of the sensor. So yeah, it keeps me more alert with my health issues, which is good. So I have 2 other sensors. One is the Ottai. I believe it comes from China, also Hong Kong, because I have a WhatsApp contact with the after sales team for Asia, and they are based in Hong Kong. And there's also a affiliate program. So if I recommend the Ottai sensor to others, I would get some free sensors also, I suppose. And so I contacted them, but I didn't get any response so far. And I hope that will change. But I have 1 month, and then I want to find out how is this working. I believe it would be also a good business to provide the Ottai sensors for Singapore, being the importer, or resales. I would love to do that. No. Another sensor is the something. Care is made in China. Also comes with a Bluetooth connection, which is same as Otai. Huh? The app is in Chinese language, which is not an issue for me. And the sensor is quite accurate, but also has an offset. And big disadvantage, if it falls off, then that's it, or if it doesn't work. I've tried out about 5 sensors from Care so far. It was okay, but I believe the latest one only lasted for 5 days. And so I got back to Abbott because they had a special for some discount, so I accepted it. I believe that 100 Singapore dollars per month is an acceptable price for measuring continuous blood glucose. Again, I just measure the spikes because I try to not have spikes at all.
They are about 6 years old, that's right.
Even even the smallest spikes would cause damage in the body. So it's not good to have spikes. Yeah, many people overlook that insulin spikes would turn the lens in the eye yellow. I'm lucky, there's not much yellow, and would also cause other damages. For example, the insulin that is issued because of the spikes would damage nerves and also blood vessels. And I can feel that because my feet, I had a numb feeling started. And I'm reversing that one, and it's a clear sign that some nerve damage has been caused in those 10 years. I'm now quite sure that I had this insulin resistance building up over 10 years, and it's only normal. So essentially I must be very happy about my accident because that has shown me the damage to my metabolism. And I can address it now, and without that accident I would not have addressed it. So don't say that accidents are bad. For me this was a wake-up call, and I'm so thankful for it. Yeah. Absolutely. As seen from an absolute standpoint, I'm probably not so happy because now I need to look to my health 1 hour a day. And I would have preferred to not needing to do that. But it is as it is. I take it as a blessing in disguise. I also found out how I can improve my work by finding out that dopamine science when I studied metabolism. So, okay, for me. Yeah, that looks. Can you see that one? That guy. Ah. Okay. Cool, huh? This is the Goodman Arts Center. Come explore our grounds. Okay, yeah. Goodman Arts Center. It says there is a. Ah, now I know. You are here. I'm here right now. And yeah, there's this. Visitors car park. Maybe I give it a walk through. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I keep my camera pointing forward so that you see what is here. So this is one of the old buildings from the 70s. And it has been converted into something like a school. Yeah, I'm already through. Yeah. Would be interesting to find out more. And I'm back. Okay. Look at that nice road with the palms left and right. Beautiful. Goodman Road. Do I walk here? Nice car. Audi. Okay. So that is an important insight. Measuring continuous blood glucose comes with some flaws. So when you compare the different glucose meters on the market, it means that you need to take a few things into account. Price is not everything. It's also what is the after sales service. Nice house. This is a nice neighborhood. Good man. Yeah, but anyway, I'm so happy that I'm back. Actually, I have 6 weeks left because when you have used more than 3 or bought more than 3 CGMs, then that was part of the deal. They give you 1 extra. So I believe I'm now good for at least 6 weeks of CGMs, which will probably be 8 weeks because they will fall off or break down or both. And then they will be replaced, which really explains also the higher price. But I would rather sell it cheaper and then guarantee only 10 days and not 15. because that saves a lot of work. If you give 30% discount and you say you can buy ours, and if you're lucky, then it will last longer than 10 days. I believe that something here, better than a shower. Wipe off the sweat. Lyndhurst Road. Good Man Road in a little park. And this is really exemplary of Singapore. Singapore is a green city. It's really a very nice place to live. I've never seen that before. McDonald's seems to have a program for having a drive-through VIP. But what I can tell you is that eating the McDonald's food is probably the worst that I could do today. Probably doesn't make so much difference if you're young. But in my case, it makes a difference because my aging body is not as good as before when digesting all those unhealthy components like the saturated oils, long chain saturated oils, then the carbohydrates, especially sugar, and then alcohol. Yeah. So that drive-through VIP sign from McDonald's hints me to problems in the future. If you don't change that eating habit when you turn over a certain age, I believe for most it is, as in my case, 50. And nobody told me, you know. You would think that the government would protect you from eating all this nonsense. They don't. There's no bubble popping up. Don't eat this because it makes you sick. You need to find out yourself. And in my case, I only was lucky to find it out. Broderick School Road. I believe I go here. Left. So that is an add-on, important for me. The CGM, because now I'm back. And really, if someone asked me how to start a healthy life, I would put a CGM on them. and force them to log the data on a daily basis. I just want to know how many spikes did you have over the past from the day before. And also discuss some spikes with them. Ask them, send me a screenshot of yesterday and then find out what did you do. Actually, an AI could do that. So far for my robot. Ah, that's interesting now. Is this a dead-end street and I need to turn around and go back? Or can I sneak along the fence? That's quite exciting. And you would be surprised. It's a dead-end street. I can sneak along the fence, but then there would be, let's see. Let's find out. Now, is this an adventure or not? I can see there's a flight of stairs leading out of the dead-end street. Ah, and then there's Crescent Road. That is a nice neighborhood here. Quite hot here. Pool Road. I have never been here before in my lifetime. Yeah, that reminds me, I wanted to buy one of those vans and turn them into a recreational vehicle and then explore Malaysia. Yeah. I have another important measurement device. And that's my bathroom scale, which comes with a 4-point body composition measurement function. It would send electromagnetic waves through your body and measure reflections and resistance and whatever. And it comes with a measurement for the visceral fat, the total body fat, the total body muscle, and also this with measurement values for each limb and the torso of the body. And it's so important to do that measurement because I yesterday saw a video of one of my favorite experts, Dr. William Davis. He's the one who specializes in gut health. And he was talking, why is losing weight bad for people? And I said, what? Losing weight bad for people? And then he says, yeah, and especially if you use one of those drugs or one of those brute force starvation methods. And I said, okay, tell me more. And then he said, number one, these methods never work or never have a lasting effect, which means after you stop your starvation, 800 calories per day, losing weight mode, you will gain weight again. And this is what he said. What he observed is, and what the databases say, when people lose weight, they lose not only fat but also muscles, which is very normal. And when they gain weight, they don't gain the muscles back, but they gain the fat back. And if you do that several times, you have just deprived your body of muscles and you have just increased the fat composition. So, the conclusion, from me using this fat balance now for a year, fat measurement balance for a year, I found that the fat that I lose, I'm building up in muscles. So I am, despite being despite having less weight than 1 year ago, I'm leaner, which means my fat percentage went down and my muscle percentage went up. And I told you about this other report that I saw about this 117-year-old lady that passed away. And she was completely healthy, but she had sarcopenia. And I mean, there's no proof because they didn't cut her up and look what caused the failure. But everything speaks for her having died because of losing the muscle to breathe. So in a critical situation during that time, she just was supplied with oxygen and passed away. Which, by the way, is not a bad way to die. But I want to say, if she had done some training, she would not have been in a wheelchair for the last time of her life, and she would probably also not have died so early. And it's all about having an enjoyable life, right? It's not only life alone. There's also having an enjoyable life. Where am I? Oh, I'm almost where I wanted to come up. This is my morning coffee place. Hello. Yeah. This is a Hyrox training club. I could become Hyrox master. Anyway, so I would recommend 3 measurement devices then. The Oura ring, then the CGM, and the bathroom scale. And without those 3, I wouldn't even start trying to improve my metabolism. because important to have the measurement values ready. And even if the bathroom scale and the Oura ring and the CGM are not 100% accurate, the data that they give you is sufficiently accurate. And you see the progress. Yeah. So let's see how long did I talk today. 45 minutes. I believe good enough. I'm now here. Look at this. My big belly. That must go. Big belly is also a sign of visceral fat. So that must go. And that's a typical eating hall. I show you. Yeah. Comes with aircon. People eating here. When I came to Singapore more than 20 years ago, these places were filled. I don't know where all the people are, but do they eat at home or what is it that they do? The shop seems to be gone. Ah, and here's the Peking duck. And the Peking duck shop is only open till 7:30 p.m. That's why I didn't find it last time. Too late. So must be here at 7 at the latest. Okay, I need my phone for better navigation. See you next time.